walk up to the bow.
Now, our deck, we have 36 hatches, and if you look on these little pedestals right here, it says 97, 100, 102. We have 104 gates, and when we go down below, I'll explain that to you. You open the gates, that dumps onto our conveyor belt. Our conveyor belt moves about 1,000 foot a minute, so she's really singing. Yeah. So, and then all of our hatch clamps are taken off by hand. You'll get to see that when the guys get down here. There's a little tool. There's 30 clamps per hatch, and each hatch weighs about 5 tons. So you get to see them use the hatch crane to go ahead and take the hatches off. This is kind of what keeps me out here. The view is beautiful. And wait till you see the sunsets and the sun rises out in the middle of Lake Superior.
That's our lounge up there.
If you look at hatch 19, it's light. That's exactly midshift. And you kind of think, what? But that is, you got to include the front of our bow and back aft, so that you're exactly midshift right here. Okay? Okay? Our ballast tanks are actually pretty much directly under us right now. And if you look at these little hook type things, these are our vents for our ballast tanks. Now, we do have the computers down in the engine room that tell us exactly how much water is in our ballast tank. But you'll see when we, before we go into any rivers and stuff like that, there'll be a guy out here who'll drop a line down to see exactly, to make sure that our computers are right on. When we're in the rivers, we run our flags. We run our interlake flag, the interlake flag, and then the Canadian flag. We always have the American flag back aft, but we always run our flags in the rivers, the Canadian, because some ships will get into their water. It's also because they're a bordering country. We show support to them, gratitude, and everything else. This is our camel.
Yeah.
You like that?
Looks like an atomic bomb.
When we go, not any of the docks that you'll see, but occasionally we'll go to Marquette. Marquette's a chute dock, and the docks come down. Now, the chute docks, when they come down, you know, when they're fully lifted up, our housing's so straight and so big that we have to put the camel in between us and the dock so we don't get that close. Because if so, then our chutes would hit the sides of our house.
Wow.
I don't recommend you come in here and stay, but I'll show you around if you got any questions, okay? We have our 2 anchors up here, if you look over here. Now, they are ready to go, so please don't touch anything. When we're in the rivers, we have to have them ready to go due to the fact that if we were to lose power or anything like that, they can, you know, emergency can turn them down and stop us, you know, on the ground or anything like that. Each one of these, we normally run, you see, 4 shots. Each shot is 90 foot, and we run 4 of them. So they'll tell us, unless we're in shallow water, then they'll say 3 shots. Each one of our links is about 70 pounds. I'd want one so bad. Just as a souvenir. Now, most of the time, this will be down. It'll be hooked in. That's why it's painted yellow. It'll be hooked into the yellow one, and then this will be flipped to stop it from, you know, triggering.
So that just drops and hooks it.
Yep.
Keeps it from safety latch.
If you look out the porthole, because if you can watch our kind of thing, our anchor chain's going down, our anchor's snuggled up right here. If you look out the porthole and kind of down, you can see our anchor snuggled up underneath there. These are extra tie-out ropes, and when we tie up for layup, also in heavy weather, if we're tied up to a dock or anything like that. Whereas our cables will snap, these will stretch down to basically about 2 inches. Wow. About 2 inches, so that's quite a bit. These are our cables. We'll put both of those out just for added protection and stuff, okay?
Alright.
But you can see one running right out. That's our tow line. If anybody needed to tow us, that runs right out the front. But then when we do tie up like at St. Clair, they ran this winch out. We'll walk right on through here. It's warm, muggy. Just be careful of these, okay? You can step on, stand on, they can do none. This is our bosun's chair, it's called. Our little stools. They set this up on the hatch. You'll see them in when we get to Monroe. And you're more than welcome to come up on the bow and look from the bow down and see how that's done. You'll be out of their way that way. But there's a little plank that they put on the bottom. The guys climb up on their little steps, sit on their plank, hold onto their rope, swung out, and drop down.
Wow.
Onto the dock, and then they tie up the boat. Fine. This is our bow, and if you... He had to blow that, right?
You did that on purpose.
Yes, he did.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just soiled myself.
You notice our bow, it kind of comes up and then out. So you're going to have to look over.
Nice.
And,
Without going too far.
Gotta lean out a little bit, huh?
And you can kind of see how far up we are. Don't jump.
Ay, 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 what a fix.
It's really... These are our cameras. These are our eyes and ears up here. And we used to have...
Ears too?
Well, not ears. Eyes.
Hey!
They used to have, you know, somebody that stood up here when we were in Fine Rivers and whatnot. But we put the cameras up now and they work wonderfully.
Please don't!